like to introduce you to Frank Smallpage. There's Frank.
Come on, Frank.
Frank is a past member of our camera club. I do understand that he joined in 1966, if I've got that right. Although he said this evening it might have been 66 or 67. And I know from looking at some of our clubs, our cups and trophies, that Frank won the, he's going to be embarrassed now, Frank won the Beechcroft Cup 4 times in 75, 76, 77 and 79. Well done. But I will tell you something, the Beechcroft Cup in those days, I say those days, that's sorry about that Frank, was for the best colour slide taken at a club outing or evening. But these days it's slightly different. We have it, we've now moved into the digital age, of course, so it's now presented for the best digital image at an annual PDI competition. So we've slightly changed it, but it's still a very good cup to win. So if I hand over to Frank to officially open the evening. Thank you, Frank.
Well, good evening, everybody. It's lovely to see so many people here, because it is a really wonderful exhibition. I try to see it every year. I missed last year, unfortunately. And as Diana said, I'm a very old member of the club. I actually left, I think it was about 25 years ago. But I still follow it. I like to see what it is. It was certainly not as active as your present club is, and I must say the standard of these exhibitions is superb. The work that goes into just putting them on the wall, let alone the individual prints. So really, it is my greatest pleasure, and unexpected, I must confess, my greatest pleasure to open the exhibition for you all to enjoy. And
That's
that
fine.
all?
Thank you very much. The club are very proud to support Catherine House Hospice, and we have done for many years now. And the sale of the photographs and the donations in the box at the back go some way to help Catherine House, and we're very proud to support them. And I'd like to introduce you to Carol Nadine, who would like to say a few words on behalf of Catherine House Hospice. Carol.
Well, another absolutely fantastic exhibition. I've been coming here a number of years, but like Frank, I missed last year because I was unwell. The hospice itself is probably going through a time of change at the moment. I think last year Jane Miles, our CEO, came along. She left us in June, and I'm not in the know as to what exactly is happening there or when we're going to get a new CEO. And also, we're coming up to our 25th anniversary next year, which is obviously going to be a big event. And sadly, Neil Gadsby has decided it's the time for him to retire after it's been his life's work really, the last 25, well more than 25 years. The hospice has been open for 25 years. The trust is considerably older, so he's done a sterling job. I'm sure he's not going to let go of the reins totally, and he will be still around popping in whenever he can, but he was 80 in August, so it's quite a considerable age, but he's amazing, you know, to still want to be in control and in charge. And it hasn't, I have to say, the last few months or the last 12 months haven't been the easiest of times. I'll just tell you a little bit about how much it costs. In 14-15, the service cost £3.6 million to run. We just about broke even last year. Our contribution from government via the NHS used to be about 40%. It is now just over 30%, and they are looking to reduce it even further. So the more the more money we have to raise, and that's becoming increasingly difficult in these times. We try to keep our overheads to a minimum, but demands from organisations like the CCGs and the Care Quality Commission mean we're continually having to provide them with information, and we do try and keep our admin to an absolute minimum. We run very lean and all work very hard, but we have had to increase some staff just mainly to keep on top of the paperwork. And just think, if you could just simplify things, it would be so much easier, make our life so much easier. We certainly don't take our supporters for granted, but we come to rely on events like this more and more, and to help us maintain our service. So we are extremely grateful for your continued support. I'd like to thank you once again for supporting Catherine House this year, and wish you well with your exhibition, which is, as always, absolutely fabulous. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you. Can I just say that last year we raised just over £900 through the exhibition and the donations into the tin. And we also have a hayrack at the back with photographs in if you'd like to purchase them. So any donations, buying of photographs, it all goes to help Catherine House. Well, we have one other thing which we'd like to do this evening, and I'd like to introduce Andrew Spackman, who has got his president's hat on tonight. So Andrew, do take over.
Well, thank you, Diane. Yes. Can I just mention that in addition to what Diane and Carol have mentioned, it's the Catherine House calendar, and they are on sale. They're £4.50 each. They're on sale in the foyer, and they contain 12 pictures which Catherine House has selected. I have to say that from photographs which club members have submitted. I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell it again, because what I want to talk about this evening, very briefly, is the man without whom we would not be here. And I looked this up, and it was in March 2002 that the committee of the Banbury Camera Club was considering what to do, having been thrown out of the Globe Room in the old Reindeer, where we've been holding our meetings for a couple of years. I think a room that Oliver Cromwell would have recognised, so possibly not ideal for certain sorts of camera club activities. Though, of course, the bar was only a couple of minutes away, which was a great advantage in the refreshments time. So we've been surveying the local area and saying, well, where are we going to go? And I should add, we weren't being thrown out for anything we'd done. It was simply they wanted to serve meals in that room on a Monday night. And so we had a list, and the committee sat in my kitchen debating where we would try to move to. When the phone rang, and I thought, well, frankly, as chairman, I'm finding this meeting a bit, I'm going to answer the phone. It's a bit rude, but I'm going to answer it. And a very short conversation, I would call it. And I picked up the phone, and the voice said, is that the Banbury Camera Club? And I said, well, I'm the chairman, yes. I've got all the committee with me. John Childs here from Chinderrick School. We're going to be teaching photography to A-level. We wondered whether your club might be interested in making use of the facilities. To which the only answer could be, yes, if we can afford it. And so we've been happily here ever since. Now, I've been very busy, I'm afraid, over the last few days, and I honestly haven't had time, you'll be pleased to hear, to write very much about John's contribution. So I thought, I know, I'll pick something that somebody's already written. So I have here a letter. Oh God, that's the wrong one. Oops, look in the other pocket.
Of the jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, this one gets worn to funerals. Oh, it's some tickets for Singing in the Rain. Diane, right, so here's a letter. I mean, where else would one look locally for an important piece of news other than Jeremy with the Banbury Guardian, or of course the Four Shires magazine. So here's a letter which was published in the Banbury Guardian on the 6th of August 2015. I'm just going to read it out. It says, it was very good to read in last week's Banbury Guardian a tribute to John Childs marking his retirement after 36 years at Chenderrick School. I would like to add a comment about John's support in that time for local artists and photographers. Banbury Camera Club will celebrate its 70th anniversary next year, and it was in 2002 that John invited the club to move its activities to the art department at Chenderrick. At that time, he was developing the teaching of photography to A-level, and the club has been able to make use of the splendid facilities, trebling its membership in the process. Since the Michael Heseltine Gallery opened at Chenderrick in 2003, John's organised a superb series of events open to the public, including, for example, Arts Council travelling exhibitions of famous artists and photographers. Peter Blake and Walker Evans are just two names that come to mind. International print exhibitions from the Royal Photographic Society. The gallery has also been a showcase for the work of Chenderrick's students, local artists, and Chenderrick's distinguished artists in residence. The Camera Club has been privileged to be included in this programme since 2004, holding its annual exhibition in a purpose-built space which is the envy of other camera clubs in the region. In the 13 years the club has been based at Chenderrick, we've enjoyed tremendous support from John and his colleagues. We welcome many visitors as lecturers and judges, and they are impressed with the facilities, and particularly with the Chenderrick students' artwork, which is displayed throughout the school. The quality of that work is a tribute in itself to John's leadership of the art department over so many years. There will be many of us who will want to thank John for his work in encouraging local artists, photographers, and all those with an interest in the arts in the Banbury area. And that was from somebody who was the president of the Banbury Camera Club. When I said I didn't have time to write anything, actually I did, and I'm not going to read it out to you. But John, if you'd like to come up, we have a little presentation we'd like to make to you. Thank you very much, John.
Thank you.
Really grateful. There is a card which many members of the club have signed.
Thank you.
And there is a small present which I think might be described as something to remember us by.
Thank you. One of the things I will mention is that I'm able to, if I was still available, to come and judge. And I said, well, Andrew's got my email, let me know and I'll try and fit you in. I would like to say that retiring is wonderful, but I seem to be busier now than ever in terms of 5 grandchildren arrive at 7 o'clock most mornings. The last one we got rid of on the way here. So, and they're all under 3. So certainly I've got used to a double buggy with 2 one-year-olds in, taking the other ones to preschool. In between, I'm hoping to do some artwork. I've completed 1 painting since July. I've taken quite a lot of photographs, I must admit, but haven't got around to doing much with them yet. And I did purchase a canvas the other day when I was out, the size and shape I wanted for some work that I prepared in Tresco, the Isles of Scilly, where we spent a week, August before last. Unfortunately, the weather was pretty appalling. It wasn't very warm, it wasn't very bright, but I've got all the drawings and I've got photographs, so I'll work from those. But thank you very much. It's been a pleasure having you here, and I hope you will still continue to have annual exhibitions that I can come and visit and make good use of the facilities for many years to come. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.